Okay.
Mr. Williams, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine.
I appreciate you letting us come to your house this evening to do this interview. I really appreciate that. Taking the time to share with us this evening. Appreciate it.
Oh, well, I'm very proud to do that. I kind of expected to do this before, but actually we've been so busy and our lines have been crossing all of the time, so therefore any time is all right. The door opens from the outside.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're looking well, I may add.
Well, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. I think I was saying to my wife that perhaps maybe if I can just make another year at Northwest High School, then I was going to retire.
One more year?
One more year.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right. That'll give me 35 years.
35 years!
That's right.
That's kind of hard to conceive right now, Mr. Williams.
I didn't start yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. So everything seems to be going very well, very well. See, so I'm happy as of right now, and I feel like that my regular schedule is that I teach classes, 5 classes a day.
So you're teaching now?
I'm teaching.
Okay.
So at the time that you people were here, see, I was an assistant principal.
Right. Kept us in line too, I mean.
Yeah, and then that following year, after you guys graduated, then I went off to be an evaluator for the State Department. So I left about the same time you did.
Really?
You know, and then I came back that following year, and I've been out here ever since then, and I served as assistant principal for 17 years. And then I decided that I thought it would be best for me to go back to teaching classes until I became the age of 62, so I could draw Social Security along with the retirement.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
And so that's what I've been driving at, and so come next year, I'll be 62. Come March
Hard to believe.
I'll be 62, and I'll be
Like
ready to go.
Look like you're prime 40.
No,
45. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good.
I want to hear that. That's right. So how have you been?
Been doing good, Mr. Williams. Doing
Yeah.
a lot of traveling, but been doing real good.
And most of the members of the class?
Most of them.
That you're in contact with?
Yeah, most of them are actually somewhere in the area.
Yeah.
They are too very far away.
Well, that's fine. So your reunion is going to be successful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So the participation is going to be good.
We're expecting a great turnout.
All right. That sounds good. Man.
So
That
if
sounds
you're out
good.
here, then
Yeah.
you best stay.
About that. Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
Have you seen many of the classmates yourself in the community?
No, as a matter of fact, there was a girl named Lambert. It was at the graduation of the day.
Okay.
I can't.
Lambert. Tip my tongue too.
Can't think of her
first name.
But she was at the graduation, and she came up and she spoke to me, and she told me who she really was. I knew her all the time because I had been going through the yearbook. And
I am too. I am too.
I've been going through the yearbook, and I've been looking at different ones, you know, and I said, well, now, when they come to the reunion, if I'm able to attend, then I'll know some of these folks.
Right.
I did that back in 1973, you know, okay? I went to the yearbook before we went to the reunion that night, and I checked the yearbook. I said, I'm going to have all of these names on the tip of my tongue. When I got to the reunion, I couldn't think of a soul.
Really?
I couldn't think of any names, and the people had kind of, and they were looking differently, you know.
Different, yeah.
You see, they were kind of changing as they grew older, you know. You know, I was not changing that much simply because I had already changed.
Okay.
You know, okay. But the thing that happened was that they were, you know, the young men was kind of growing hair on the face. You know. Girls wearing different hairstyles and things of this nature, so I didn't recognize some of them. But I had been in the yearbook, and I could call some names, you know, like that. Okay. But it was interesting, and so I went to the yearbook, the class of '84 yearbook. I looked through there. And I saw different ones, and then I said, well, now when I talk to the president, I'm going to make sure that I know some names here. When I come to the reunion, I'll know some names, just like this. So, all in all, it's been fine, and I know that you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
It seemed like to me it's well planned. I saw it in the paper 2 or 3 times.
Good,
I
good,
think,
good,
you know,
good.
okay. And it should be well publicized, and you guys should do very well.
Appreciate that.
Mhm.
Do you have any words of advice for our class as we take on our next 10 years
Yeah,
here?
about that. See, you'll still be rookies.
Still rookies.
You'll still be rookies. You see, when you get to be, in the next 10 years, you'll be this side of 40.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
So you'll still be rookies, okay? But if you do these next 10 years as well as you've done so far, those that I've talked with and those that I've seen from time to time, you know, like this, I think you're going to be successful, you know. We cannot say that all the students that graduate in that class, or whatever class, they're all going to be successful. To some degree, they will be,
Right.
you know, okay? But they have time, and that's the most important thing. You have time on your side. And when you have time on your side, you have time to make a mistake, rectify that mistake, and start again.
That's
Just
true.
like that, see? And I think, all in all, I think you'll have a successful next 10 years, you know, just as well as you've done this time, or if not better, you know, like this, okay? And you'll still be this side.
This side of 40.
That's
Still in
right.
a prime.
That's right. Still be there. That's right. So I think you need to just work toward that, continue to work toward that, continue to come back to check on us. You know?
You be gone. You be on the lake somewhere.
But you need to come back to check.
Okay.
See, you need to come back and check on the school.
Okay.
You know, be a role model for them, you see. And the thing that's very important, I think, about that is that you come back, you check on us to see how we're doing. And I say all of the time to the students that I teach every day, I say, I want you to be intelligent. I want you to think through this. I want you to work toward 100%, because you might be the one who controls my Social Security. See? And I think that's important.
That's
you know?
important.
Okay.
I can
That's
see the benefit in that.
Yeah, I think it's important because, see, most of the time, most of your working years and so forth are going to be perhaps maybe in the 21st century.
Right,
Like
that's
that.
true.
So I think it's important to keep in step with the time, you know. Make the changes. Don't grow too set in your ways, you know, like this. And all of these kinds of things will happen to be things that I think have helped me, and I think they'll help you too, you know.
Great.
Yes, sir.
That's some good advice. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I'm really proud to see you working hard like this. I talked to Craig not long ago, my nephew.
Right,
Craig,
exactly.
you know Craig.
Correct.
He graduated.
Hope you're there, Craig.
Yeah, okay. And so he's always thought that a great deal of you.
But I have him.
You know,
I have him.
see, and so I told him about this reunion and everything, and I thought perhaps maybe that he might be able to come. But just in case